Everything discovered on Mars so far. Mars has always been a dry topic when it comes to discoveries. However, NASA has revealed some exciting details about discoveries on the red planet. You'll be amused to know that Mars is becoming a hot topic. The Perseverance, sent by NASA on Mars, has already made some mind-blowing discoveries. Hold tight, because we are here to disclose some amazing Martian discoveries and everything found about the red planet to date. Considering the earlier discoveries, it was believed by scientists that Mars had a very similar condition to Earth almost 3 billion years ago. In 2020, a mission to Mars was organized based on this theory. The main goal was to find any hint of microbial life on the Martian surface. If this mission succeeds and vital breakthroughs are observed, the technologies used in this mission will determine the operative manner of the future mission of man on Mars. NASA's rover has been on Mars for more than a year now. Many important discoveries have been made to date. For proving the theory, the rover has been collecting important information since the time of the landing. High-tech measures are taken to record Perseverance landing within a few meters. Some innovative features like onboard mapping and cross-referencing input from the craft are used by the new terrain relative navigation. Even a minor overshoot would have caused trouble to the Perseverance, so the rover was carefully driven for weeks before it reached its location. During the entry and landing process of the Perseverance, 3 different kinds of sensors were used. The sensors including thermocouples, heat flux sensors, and pressure transducers were being utilized while collecting the information of the surrounding temperature and pressure before and after releasing the parachute. The thermocouples that survived the landing process made significant discoveries regarding heat shield damage. It was observed that the Perseverance suffered very low heat damage. Though the thermocouples weren't the main focus of the mission, it still helped in understanding the fact that in future missions, machines with thinner heat shields will survive landings easily. Right now, the Perseverance is roaming around the Martian surface and doing things we wish we could. Yes, it's blasting rocks on Mars. With its high-tech laser, the Perseverance is blasting rocks for examination. Till now, a few pieces of solid rocks are selected for further examination under the SuperCam of the Perseverance. The SuperCam is considered the most efficient device sent in the universe. It points its laser at a targeted rock and then tears it apart with a tiny pinpoint laser. A cloud of plasma is released for a brief time when the laser hits the rock. The cloud contains freely floating heated electrons and ions. The broad spectrograph on the Perseverance reads the brief plasma released by the rocks and can also calculate its chemical composition. From records, we have found that till now, only 2 rocks are selected for detailed examination under the SuperCam. The 2 rocks are named Maz and Yigo by the NASA scientists. Aaron Yazzie, an engineer at NASA and a Navajo National member, especially purposed these names. The igneous shape of these rocks hints that they were formed from a volcano, though their present molded condition again hints at its history in a water-based environment. This discovery proves that Mars wasn't always as dry as it is now. The Perseverance scoped out another important rock, which the scientists nicknamed the Harbor Seal. The Harbor Seal has a smooth texture and a dark color. The rock is in form of a sinus, and the scientists assume that the natural erosion of harsh and speedy winds from the northwest had transformed it into this. The pre-existing weather of Mars can be assumed by this discovery. It is considered that the winds of Mars had molding powers. It is a very crucial element for data researchers. The mineral composition of the rock can be seen through the SuperCute SuperCam, which provides visual views. Sonic clues can be provided to the composition of the rocks by the sound of the laser in the SuperCam releases. The most eye-opening and groundbreaking aspect of the whole mission is the onboard battery infused inside the Perseverance. By this feature, anybody can hear the Martian sounds. All the sounds in the surrounding area are filtered in NASA's sound cloud. You can hear the pew-pew sound of the laser, in addition to the sounds of heavy metal wheels of the Perseverance banging on the Martian rocks. You'll be excited to hear that the eerie ambient susurration of extraterrestrial winds is available online free for anybody to hear anywhere on Earth, alluring, wholesome, and simply magical. If you're already impressed, you still need to hold tight because the best is yet to come. You won't believe what the Moxie inserted inside the Perseverance did. It made history. The Moxie converted CO2 into oxygen for the first time in space. You'll be surprised to know that Moxie, Mars Oxygen In Situ Resource Utilization Experiment, is merely the size of a car battery. The gizmo of Moxie is gold-plated, a non-porous disc of yttria stabilized zirconia, which is sandwiched between two porous electrodes, is used to pass the atmospheric CO2. The machine produced 5 grams of oxygen on 20th of April 2020, which marked the day in history. The 5 grams of oxygen is about 10 minutes of breathable air. Moxie didn't merely produce oxygen in the universe, it initiated the first step towards colonizing humans around the universe. The Moxie is the first machine ever to produce fuel from elements of a foreign planet. The discovery will benefit future missions to space. The engineers call this process in situ utilization. The process is quite simple. It takes carbon dioxide from the environment and converts it into oxygen. The oxygen is utilized to make rocket fuel, which is much more vital than simply producing breathable air. For instance, 4 astronauts are going to space in the future. To launch into space, the rocket will have to carry 15,000 pounds of fuel and 25 metric tons of oxygen, which is for sure a huge amount of weight to carry from the Earth. Surprisingly, together, all 4 astronauts will only need 1 metric ton of oxygen for breathing. Considering Moxie, the task can be done easily and efficiently. The most successful element of the whole mission is the $80 million Ingenuity helicopter by NASA. The Ginny, nicknamed helicopter, has gained a lot of attention. Like the helicopter, the Perseverance also has a cute nickname. The NASA scientists call it Percy. The chopper recently became a huge part of the scientific world after its first flight to another planet. The best part is that it survived the flight and safely landed. The scientists consider the safe landing a miracle itself. A NASA technician told the fans on Reddit that if Ingenuity would have crashed after the very first flight, we still would have met a couple of huge milestones: surviving launch, charging while en route, surviving the entry, descent, and landing. Also, deploying from the rover and surviving the cold Martian night. These are no small tasks. The engineers are planning to use the technology of the chopper on special drones which will fly on Earth. One of NASA's Ingenuity program managers, Mibi Ong, said, "We've been thinking so long about having our Wright brothers moment." She said modestly, "We will take a moment to celebrate our success and then take a cue from Orville and Wilbur regarding what to do next." What was the next step of the Wright brothers? History shows they got back to work, learning as much as they could about their new aircraft. What do you think about these breakthroughs? Are they worth the money or a waste of time? Do let us know your opinions about it.